Hey everybody, it's the Coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, it's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. It's been a lost first month of the season, that's for sure, as they come in with an 0-4 record.
And the window's not shut on them, though. They still have a chance to make something out of this season, but it has to start right now.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Patriots, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their 5'11 quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Baldwin. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They'll run for the first time with Hill. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming up? The last game to play on a Thursday night, guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often. They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Here's Wilson. They set up the screen to Hill. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The first down screen pass, good for 5. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the shotgun, Wilson. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down. Defensively, here are the starters for New England. They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out, they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with 5 interceptions.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's got Lockett. And he's taken down inside the 30. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort. And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys. From the gun on third down, Wilson. That's going to be caught, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one. They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So here come the Patriots getting ready on offense. As we take a peek at Sam Darnold, the former USC Trojan and 3rd pick in the 2018 draft. I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win. Sony Michel, his first carry. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense. They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On second down, Darnold. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. 2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards. Probably not how they drew that up. Not at all. Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Off of play action, Darnold. And he's going to go down again. Frank Clark in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They were forced to punt last time. Now, I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Here's Penny on the counter. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Calais Campbell on the stop. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this 1st quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost, and now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
You can almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good.
The NFL on EA is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Wilson. Steps, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Gordon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here's Darnold. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And out across midfield down to the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision. And receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
On the ground is Michel, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, instead of fourth down after the incompletion, it'll be first down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
They go play action here on first down. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 6 there on first. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when and told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the short catch and flip the down marker back to run.
Eluding the pressure right, and he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Darnold now to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
He'll get only 2 there, and it's second and goal.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
He's going to get it running right. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Sony Michel, his first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots are back within a score. And, Charles, when you catch that toss going right or left, really, but right in this instance, do you go straight for the pylon? Is that where you're going?
Well, typically you want to try and maneuver people a little bit so you have some space to get to the pylon. So I want to make sure I try and move them a little bit to the inside, and in this case to the left, so I can get to the right side and get to that pylon and wink at it as I go by.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start the drive on the ground with Hill. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field
last play
stands.
got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Offense marching back onto the field, and our focus shifts here to Sony Michel. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. A play fake, and it's Darnold. Out, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think the Patriots are going to hang on to the football. They do. They get it back.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it.
Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And the Seahawks have recovered.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They begin the drive with Hill, and he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd down, Hill. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Penny, and he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Now whistles blow, and the Patriots are going to take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is brought in at the 21. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Patriots take over. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Over the middle, complete. It's Gordon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down. On 1st and 10, Darnold. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Play action. It's Darnold. He's going to look deep down the field. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And his guys have brought it back at the closing stages of the first half.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And this is a spot late in the clock near midfield, though. Maybe take a couple chances, see if you get in field goal range.
You do that if you have trust. And this should be a position now where the great ones, they relish this opportunity to try to put points on the board.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now it's Wilson. Dumps that off to Penny as running back. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On 2nd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it's 3rd and short. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. Puts this one through. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. As far as the early games go on Sunday, we'll have our eye on Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. A big one for the Chiefs, as they'll square off against the Miami Dolphins. Out on the West Coast, more good stuff in the late afternoon as we'll be watching the one down in Carson, where it'll be the Chargers taking on the New York Jets. And then finally, a good one on Monday Night Football between the LA Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team. Brandon Godden, and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Lutz now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, not get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. To throw is Darnold. Flush to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Second down and 10. Darnold. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Third and long, it's Darnold. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there on third down for the Pats. 49 yards.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a first down.
I was going to say, on third down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just kind of shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Again, it's Michel. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Well, as the play call comes in on third down, you have to think about 4-down territory here. Down a few touchdowns, they need points, and they need big points.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
All right, here we go. Blue landed.
And they will run it with Michel. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Patriots have cut it back within a score. He's having a nice little game. Maybe already has an eye on that 3rd touchdown.
And how about what our producer, Christian McLeod, likes to say when they've scored touchdowns like this? He's put a tent up in Touchdown City.
Santos with the extra point. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, Let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be a second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Wilson on 2nd down. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Wilson will throw again. McKinnon here, it's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Again, Wilson. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Here's Josh Gordon as he heads back out there now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Now let's go. Blue, landed. Blue, landed.
Faking the give, Darnold. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Green 39.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Escape. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. K.J. Wright able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw is Wilson. To throw on 2nd down. It's caught. Lockett. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. To throw is Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or...
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
Let's go!
A first carry for Samaje Perine. Two yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 2nd down, Darnold. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And he lost the football. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Right there in coverage, the veteran Cam Chancellor.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Dalvin away and bring up second down.
Back to throw, Darnold. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all. Now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Following the penalty, Michel. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Keeping it on the ground on first, Michel. Look at the dance and the juke. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
They'll run it here. This is James White. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. A gain of 3, second down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Try the air now with Darnold. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. He's at the 50, the 40, 20, 10. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
Returning it, Carlos Henderson. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out.
Holding. Offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment. Defense.
They'll step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold flushed out right. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 46. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Calais Campbell. Busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. Well, they had held him pretty well in check, but if you recall back in the 1st quarter, you said they needed to avoid the big play. He finally gets loose.
And the thing about it, it doesn't have to be a bunch of big plays. Sometimes one big play can be enough. That's why it's tough to deal with a guy like that.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
To throw again is Wilson. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door jar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
Here's Darnold to Michelle on the dump off. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. New England on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Darnold from the gun. His pass caught at the 4. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. Trying to pound it in here with Michelle. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They get it to him running left. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. James White with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Well, that turned out how they wanted. Run the toss play to the left side, go for that pylon, get in there.
And just being able to understand where the pylon was and sneak it in there, well done, well executed.
Santos able to tack on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. One-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
Now a signal and a timeout here on the defensive side of the ball. So they want to stop it with 1 second to go prior to the 2-minute warning. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On second down, here's Wilson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. On 3rd down, here's Hill. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taking it about the 16. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new... set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Back to throw. And a dump off to White. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game.
Detroit!
Back to throw. Dancing to his left. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. Past the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. They go down to a knee and a sigh of relief as they are into the win column for the first time this year. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Seahawks, it took a while, but they finally get that first win after 4 straight losses. And now they'll have a few extra days before they face the Rams next week. Meanwhile, for New England, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets.